Hey guys, Dr. Zleek here, back with more Trials Platinum Guides. Today we are looking at Fishy Business, the third track in list order, and probably one of the easiest ones. These are really set into about easy and hard. The truth is out there, Out of the Pit and Fishy Business are probably some of the easier ones. Dark City Away, the Ninja, the Wreck, and Inferno 3 are probably the harder ones. The Wreck is probably the only medium one in those categories. Anyways, you don't want to care about that. So let's get into Fishy Business. As always, this will be a Phoenix track. If you can do this with a Scorpion, I recommend you stop doing that because the Phoenix is better for timing, agility, etc. If you guys want to see a guide for it in Scorpion, I will oblige, however. Just make sure to let me know. Alright, so let's start off by rolling backwards here apparently. Now let's really start off by taking this first jump. This is just a basic bunny hop where you're just going to lean back and then forward into the jump. The only tricky part about this is we need to land on a ongoing jump that also takes some speed to do. So you want to land near the bottom while leaning back, and then full throttle and push forward while you do that. Basically, there's just enough time for your front tire to compress, but not enough time for it to push back off. And you should land about there. So again, that's bunny hop, back tire, and then push forward. You can do that front flip if you like, but it's not really necessary. It doesn't really help too much. If you're landing further back, most of the time you can just hit gas and kind of push up and over onto that. Like for example, if you do this, and that's just fine. But the main goal is bunny hop back and then forward. Bunny hop back, forward. And see right there, I didn't do forward soon enough, so I just went straight up almost. So we just need to be able to do that. Alright, from here you just want to do another basic bunny hop. You can try and pin that back tire up there and then kind of whip your bike around like so. If you want to get some extra air, you can always lean forward and then back and kind of get some extra air and up and over. But the easiest way is just to lean back and then forward and then kind of whip over. And then just do a basic bunny hop from this platform up here. And then as always with inclines, you're just going to want to land on your back tire leaning forward. And then just gas up and over to that next little section there. For some reason I'm having difficult times with one of the first jumps here. This is probably, although it doesn't look like it apparently, it's one of my favorite extreme tracks to do. It's one of the times I've re-beaten and re-scored a better score the most times. Alright, so this is similar to the first ramp here, where you're going to want to land near the bottom. You do want to get forward, but you don't want to do it too soon, because that front tire will jam in there, so you kind of want to wait. If you look closely, you will see that back tire kind of bounce and go up, and that's when you want to lean forward, because that's enough to where the front tire will clear that little pipe, and then that back tire at that point will have enough compression to where it can kind of hop up and over this. It's all about pivoting your chassis, or the engine section of your bike if you will, and getting that up and over like so. You can either land here, or what I like to do, since if you kind of whip it like this or whip it over, it will compress your back tires again once you land, and then I'll give you some extra bounce. Otherwise you can kind of rest and take it easy. This jump isn't too bad, it's just a basic bunny hop, as long as you don't break like I just did. So again, it's a little much there. Just a basic bunny hop, and then you want to kind of land, and then if your back tire immediately clears that ramp, just brake, just tap your brakes a little bit, it'll stabilize you. If your back tire did like mine the first time and kind of lands on the bottom edge of that, just try to gas and lean forward enough to where you can stabilize your bike. Once that front tire hits that platform, you can hit brake that'll lock up your front tire and stop you from rolling around. Alright, this is probably the first real difficult part, especially momentum wise. If you don't take this jump correctly, you'll get that back tire like that a lot. The problem with most people is they'll try to do like what I'm doing right now, and they'll try to lean forward into it. You want to get that back tire down and over that, and then lean forward only once your front tire gets up and over that. Even then, it's very difficult. If you do like that, you can usually get your back tire up and even over and skip that second ramp. If you are having trouble with this, just remember, wait on the jump, because if you jump too early you'll have no momentum and no speed and you won't be able to make it. So we'll just wait till that back tire's or front tire, excuse me, is getting up and over that second pipe, and then push forward. As you can see, I'm very inconsistent at this. I just kind of go with whatever I can do. The goal is to try to get your front tire on that brown platform above that incline. That's the easiest way. If you can, as always, just land on your back tire, landing forward and gassing to stabilize on that incline, like so. And then as long as, like I said, as long as you can get that front tire up and over onto that platform, you should be smooth sailing on this next jump. Alright, so once we're here, we're just going to lean back to put pressure on our back wheel and do a bunny hop. If you want to try to do a second bunny hop on that pipe, you can do that. If you just want to kind of jump over without really doing it, you can just still lean back, you'll still make it. I like the bunny hop because if you do it correctly, you can get a little edge up on this next jump. Don't lean forward like this, like I was just doing. It can work, but if you're struggling, you just want to worry about getting your front tire up and over that pipe. And as you can see, there's a lip here, so if you land leaning forward, you can just kind of push up and over. This jump really isn't too difficult, as long as you can just clear over that pipe. Alright, this next jump can be kind of difficult for some people. You just want to lean forward into this, and then back, and then forward again on the jump. You can start off leaning backward and just pushing forward. I just like leaning forward a little bit because it gives you extra mobility, or stability, excuse me, when you lean forward. The key is when to lean forward on the incline. Even there, just leaning forward the whole time, just full throttle. So I suppose I should re-edit this. The easiest way to just do this jump is to lean forward and push just a little bit forward on your way up the ramp. Not too much, otherwise your bike will compress too much. If you just lean forward and full throttle, you should have enough to get up there. Like so. The best way to do this for maximum air would be either to lean forward, back, and then forward again, or just start off back and then lean forward a little bit. As long as you can get that back tire on the bottom of that ramp leaning forward, and just make sure you push forward, because if you get that back tire on there and your front tire is up above it, it is really easy. Just make sure to push forward on your bike and you'll easily make that jump. So balance on this platform. This next part can be pretty tricky for momentum if you just want to try and do this. I often struggle trying to get to the second ramp without stopping. It is fairly difficult. So I'd recommend just kind of bunny hopping, landing into the incline as always, stabilize, get near the bottom of it by feathering, and then just throttle, and then throttle again. It's pretty easy. So from that second ramp, you can choose to try to jump down and use that momentum in order to go onto this next set of ramps. So like, for example, you could do this and try to make it up this next jump, or you could just try to land here. So if you do land into this ramp, that will make this jump a lot easier. However, it is not necessary. Basically, the key to this jump is just hitting that very steep ramp right here. You want to generally avoid this ramp. It's there to help you if you need it, but you shouldn't have to rely on it. It's kind of difficult to land on. However, it does have a bonus side. If you can land on it and stabilize it, it makes the second part very easy. But if you're going for just pure simplicity and time, you just want to learn how to hop over this. This is one of the first jumps where I learned the whole brake tapping thing, which is if you land on a pivot like so, well, I can't really do it on purpose, but let's see here. Like this, I'm holding gas and tapping brakes. There's many maps this will come very handy in, and it'll just hop you up and over this. So there's about a bajillion ways you can do this jump. You can kind of pivot your back tire on this ramp, you can land on that ramp, you can back up, and then go and do this. My advice to you is, instead of trying to get a very good time and then getting up to this point and going, oh, what do I do? Just get to it in a practice run. Like, just immediately fault 6-7 times, that way there's no pressure. Get through each obstacle, do it 50 times until you know you can do it, and then just do it over and over again. The other way to do this, which I'll try but I may not actually do, is to pivot, okay, I didn't, but is to trap that back wheel on that pipe and kind of pivot up and over. This is difficult because if you undershoot it, you'll end up just wrecking, and if you overshoot it, like for example, I'm going to wreck here eventually because I'll pivot over and probably hit my back and wreck. Oh, maybe not, but I'll still wreck. And then if you overshoot it, you're obviously just bash your head in there. So the best way is just whatever you feel comfortable doing, which personally for me would be hitting off that last obstacle, or just backing up and then pivoting over this pipe. Anyways, so like I said, this is probably one of the hardest sections. There are those two ramps with the pipes earlier, and then there's this one, as I just said. The last part's fairly easy. You just want to lean back, and then as your back tire hits this second set of oil drums, just push forward. The suspension will just kind of hop you up and pivot you over. So back, as that back tire hits, you want to move forward. And then you can either just kind of fall forward into the finish line, or what I like to do is get that back wheel up on the top of these oil drums and just push off and lean forward. Alright, so let's take a look at that in slow motion replay. So again, this is ranked 1181 overall with a time of 33.085 seconds. This is probably one of my better extreme track times. Oops, that was fast motion. I want to go slow motion. So you see the bunny hop, you'll immediately lean back, forward. I think I do the front flip here. Like I said, not really necessary. You can just do it if you want. I'll lean forward through here. I just use my back wheel to push off instead of bouncing. Get that front wheel up, push forward. Leaning back, front wheel comes up, push forward. To the bunny hop here. I think I'll see. I don't really worry about brakes there, I guess. So I push forward. I do front flip here. I don't really know if that helped or not. This means bunny hopping off that pipe. Push forward into this. Just get my back wheel barely on that, but it's enough. Like I said, lean forward with gas. I think I barely make this jump, which is fortunate for me. And you'll see me, I think I just go into this ramp with enough speed. Clear it, I front flip onto this. I let my bike roll back a little bit just to stabilize. Lean forward on the drums, put that back over there, and then forward into the ramp there. Or into the finish line, I should say. Alright, so let's do that in regular speed here. And like always, I'm just going to say this again and again and again, just like any other coach or trainer or whatever would say, is practice, practice, practice. Days and days of game time will get you to the level where you can do this kind of stuff. And again, if I make these guides, or I make these videos, I make these guides for your videos. I make these videos for you guys to watch and learn from. So if you don't like something or you do like something, just leave me a comment if you want to see more videos. I am making about 10 of these tonight alone. They'll be uploaded over the next couple of days just because of processing issues on my computer. But if you just want to see anything in particular, a track, if you want me to, go do this medium track in the DLC on the bicycle or whatever, just let me know. I can make that a priority to do that. Really anything you want me, if you want me to see me do online races to show you that, or just whatever you want that's trials related, just leave a comment below, let me know, and I will talk to you guys next time.